Aí galera, tudo bem? Beleza? Como é que vocês estão? Então eu vou assistir aqui, convido vocês para assistir comigo esse trailer novo que saiu hoje do New World. Deixa eu ver certinho o nome dele aqui para não falar asneira. Tales of Aeternum, The Corrupted. Então, o corrupto. Corrupto. Vou dar o play aqui. Vamos assistir então.
Salutations! I am Dr. Theophrastus Bombastus, natural philosopher and keen observer of the world. Today we must discuss a rather dark subject that most would rather not dwell upon. Nonetheless, it affects the entirety of this land and all its denizens. I'm speaking, of course, of the great scourge of this land, the corruption.
Tá certo. The Corruption.
No one knows the origin of the corruption or when it first appeared. Some believe it's been here all along, biding its time to surface. Others say that it spawned from the inherent evil in humanity. I believe, however, that its emergence is linked to the former masters of Aeternum, the beings we call the Ancients. You may speak to my colleague William Heron to learn more about this mysterious race. Today, however, we will discuss the terrible force they seemingly unleashed. It is believed that the corruption came about as a result of the ancients' experiments with Azoth. Given the miraculous and unpredictable power of this substance, I find this rather plausible. But was it knowingly or unwittingly? Whatever the case may be, the evidence shows that it was the corruption that destroyed the ancient civilization. And I dare say, if we're not careful, the same fate could await us. So, what is the corruption? Some say it's Azoth, twisted into a malevolent form. Others believe it is a parasite that ravenously feeds on Azoth. I suspect that it may not be of this earth. What is certain is that it invades living beings, turning them into the corrupted with the intent on spreading its influence. Over the last century, the corrupted have rallied around a nefarious figure known as the Tempest. Whether this entity originated on the island or was shipwrecked here is not known. And this brings me to an interesting point. Why does corruption trap us here? Was it always so? Or could some other force be responsible for the storm wall? This would explain much. Any living creature can fall victim to this malevolent influence, but it appears that the dark side of a human psyche makes us especially vulnerable. Rage, pride, greed, these are the things the corruption may be drawn to. Commonly, the corrupted will take the forms of humans, although twisted into sinister forms. Their only goal appears to be the complete subjugation of Aeternum's inhabitants. One should not hesitate to destroy these creatures, for they have long lost any connections to their humanity. You will know the corrupted by a crimson glow in their eyes and by their scarlet raiments. While savage and brutal, they are cunning warriors, capable of tactical fighting and trickery. Be wary when facing them. Beasts may also become corrupted and help carry out the will of their dark masters. These ferocious creatures have no regard for their own lives and will not hesitate to rip you to pieces. But of all the forms of the corrupted, the most dangerous is their priests. These blasphemous clerics are the leaders of this hellish legion. They use dark magic to bend living beings to their will. If encountered, you must eliminate them as quickly as you can. Finally, I would be remiss not to mention the dangerous sorceress residing in Ebonscale Reach. Empress Zhou Tai-Ying holds dominion over this fertile land, and she is steadily transforming it into a bastion for the corrupted. Without question, the Empress is one of the greatest threats we currently face. It is said that she amasses an army and a fleet of ships that are poised to launch a campaign across all of Aeternum. Someone will need to deal with this looming threat sooner rather than later. This will be one of the greatest battles anyone will face on Aeternum, so be sure you are fully prepared before undertaking this treacherous quest. So that, in essence, is the corruption. Its evil must be purged from this world, and it will require great champions to see this grim task done. But if there's one thing I have become quite good at during my time here, It's the ability to spot a great champion. Go forth, intrepid adventurer.
Então, galera, eu vou dizer o que eu achei. Gostaria que vocês também nos comentários dessem a opinião de vocês. New World é um jogo que eu estou pensando em trazer vídeos para o canal, trazer material, trazer tutoriais. Achei que está muito bem feito, tá? O jogo está bonito e ele promete. E, para quem não sabe, ainda tem um beta. Vai ter um beta aberto, hein? Agora de 9 a 12 de setembro. Eu vou estar lá. Espero que vocês também apareçam aí para a gente se divertir. Vou postar aqui minhas impressões sobre esse beta aberto. Então, New World, o novo MMO da Amazon, que está prometendo muito, mas, né, não vamos criar expectativas demais, mas tá bonito. Deu para ver, na minha opinião, tá bonito. Então é isso aí, galera. Obrigado por terem assistido comigo o trailer até aqui. Deixa o like se gostaram, compartilhe o vídeo para ajudar o canal a crescer, para continuar fazendo conteúdos de outros jogos futuramente. Valeu, até a próxima.